Hello and welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, I'd love a like on the video, but thank you so much for tuning in regardless. Jeff, thanks so much for being the first to tune in. FFAM RL, thank you so much for tuning in as well. And Pinman, thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much for the compliment about the layout. It's new, but I thought I'd change it up a little bit, and we've got like a few new like animations and stuff as well, so that's something to look forward to. We've got some new music as well, which is great, so hopefully you all like the new music. But yeah, so today we are looking at Fulham versus Arsenal. So this is the first time that we've had a Premier League game for a month or 6 weeks or so. So this and the first time I've done a Premier League stream since about January, so a while ago. So I'm hoping that it goes okay. I'm thinking of really like having a massive go with the channel, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, that's something that I'm thinking of doing. Jeff, what do you think of the Derby players to Sheffield United? Yeah, I'm really a big fan of Jayden Bogle. I think that their philosophy at Sheffield United seems to be British players, and that's exactly who they've signed, barring one or two like Van der Berger and of course Lys Mousset as well. So it's not like all players are from Britain, but a lot of the players that Chris Wilder signs are British, and that seems to be the way they do things, which I think is quite an interesting way of doing things. You see so many foreign players in sides now, and English players are very few and far between. Yeah, Ampadu is Welsh. Someone like Ollie McBurney is from Scotland, or plays Scotland anyway. And then you've got players like John Egan, who I think is Irish. And Enda Stevens is also Irish as well. But British and Irish players as well is what I'm trying to get at here. He signs a lot of British and Irish players, which is great and works for them. So Fulham and Arsenal then. We'll have a look at the... So this is the team lineup. It's not very good. I'm going to edit this and make it like better so you can see more and see me as well. And there we are. Just put myself in the corner. So I just realised that my thing's blocking me, so I'm moving myself up a bit. Right. So these are the team lineups. There we are. So it is Rodak in goal for Fulham, a back four of Odoi, Hector, Ream and Brian. In midfield is Kearney, Reed and Onoma. Cavallero and Cabano either side of Kamara. And Arsenal's lineup is as follows. Martinez has been dropped from the team and Leno is starting in goal. Back three of Gabriel, the new signing, Tierney and Holding. On the wings is Hector Bellerin, who has got a stake in Forest Green Rovers now, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. In midfield, and El Nene and Xhaka. Willian and Aubameyang alongside Alexandra Lacazette. So a couple of new players starting there. Willian, of course, and Gabriel both starting, who have signed in the summer. On the bench for Fulham, Areola, Christie, Anthony Konocka, Lamarckland, Mitrovic, Bobby Reed and Anguissa. On the bench for Arsenal, Ceballos, Solasinac, Macy, Eddie Nketiah, Nicolas Pepe, Saka and Willock. So missing out for Arsenal, we have several players. Paolo Mari, Louise, Chambers, Martinelli, Mustafi and Emile Smith-Rowe are all injured. So we'll go back to just the thing. We haven't got we used to have a countdown to the game, but we don't have that anymore. Decided to get rid of it because I don't know. I decided to get rid of it. So I've got some more Pepsi now, so I will be drinking Pepsi more often. But I also have some squash as well. I didn't do a predictions. Well, I did actually record a predictions. However, it did not go live because I didn't have time to edit it. And yeah, so I didn't do it. But I actually went for a 2-0 win to Arsenal, like you, Jeff. So yeah, I've been in self-isolation because someone that I live with had symptoms of COVID, but she's tested negative, and as well as my girlfriend's also tested negative as well, and she's now feeling a lot better. So she just had like a chest infection or something, but it's better to get these things checked out, especially in these uncertain times. And yeah, so yeah, everything's all fine. I can go back to work on Sunday tomorrow, which is going to be fun. Fulham for the 2-1 win. That's an interesting. I can't see Fulham winning this game. I really can't. But maybe you never know with football who will win these games, especially on the opening day. There's always a surprise result on the opening day, particularly in like the Championship. There's always a few as well. So yes, that's something to think about. But I think this one will be a fairly straightforward win. Fulham haven't done too much business. If you remember a couple of years ago, they went pretty berserk in the transfer window, signing Seri, signing Anguissa, signing Alfie Mawson, signing a couple of goalkeepers. They signed Fabry and they signed Sergio Rico as well. They signed Lamarckland. They signed Joe Bryan. They signed Mitrovic. They went absolutely berserk in the transfer window. Really berserk. And they went berserk, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen for Fulham. They got relegated, and they spent over 100 million and had nothing to show for it at all. They also had some players on loan as well, like Ryan Babel, for example. So they signed a lot of players, and it just didn't work out. But they've been a lot more conservative with their money and with their signings, and have tried to stick with the squad that got them up, which is an interesting way of doing it. Personally, I think a mixture of the two is the best way to be. If you look at somebody like Sheffield United, they didn't hold back on how much they spent. They didn't go nuts. They signed a lot of players to add to their squad, and they had a very good season. Chris, thanks so much for tuning in. My prediction is 2-1 to Fulham. 2-1 to Fulham as well. So another person going for Fulham. That's very interesting that we've got so many people going for Fulham. I just can't see it. I think it will be a comfortable win for Fulham. As I was saying previously, I am hoping to upload a bit more. I think I might as well really give the channel a go and see if I can really get like views and subscribers and stuff. And if not, then maybe it's just something I'm going to do as a hobby. But I'm really gonna I'm thinking about really trying to push my content and see how I can do, because that would be really good. So yeah, so it's weird seeing the football back, but it's always great to say Aubameyang to score. Aubameyang is still not signed a contract, which is really weird. I was expecting the contract to be done. I made a video about a couple of months ago about it, and it's not happened. So it is a bit weird that it's taking so long. He seemed pretty confident he's going to sign it, but it is very weird. I'm looking forward to seeing Gabriel play, and it'll be interesting to see Willian playing for Arsenal. That's going to be weird, something weird to get used to. My team's playing today. Liverpool starting off the defence at home to Leeds, and Carlisle start League 2 away at Cambridge. I guess it's quite a long journey though, so I'm glad you don't have to go all the way to Cambridge. I think these will give Liverpool a game. I really do, but I think that Liverpool will have too much for Liverpool, too much for Leeds, but I think it would be quite a tight game. I'm really interested to see how Leeds get on. Bielsa's obviously such a great coach of players. It'll be interesting to see how he does in the Premier League when he's not expected to go up, win the league. He's expected to try and consolidate their position, I would say, and at least avoid relegation. Now that the transfer window is close to an end, who do you think will get relegated and who do you think will get the European spots? Right, okay. So, as Jeff points out, it isn't actually shutting for another month. So we have plenty of time to make some transfers. But I think Brighton will go down. I think Fulham will go down. And I think either West Ham or Sheffield United. But I'm going to go with West Ham because they've just not done anything. I don't understand what their plan is. Everyone's falling out with everyone. The captain's speaking out against the club. It's incredible what's going on there. They probably will survive, but I'm going to go for West Ham. My prediction is 2-0 to Liverpool against Leeds and Cambridge 1-0 against Carlisle. Oh, there's a bit of pushing and shoving pre-match between the Arsenal players. That's interesting. Aston Villa, Fulham and West Brom to get relegated. Fulham and West Brom would obviously go straight back down. Villa came up the season last season. So yeah, I can understand why you'd think all those teams. It's hard to tell at this time because the players, because we had such a short turnaround, it doesn't make any sense to sign so early, and there's plenty of time to go. So we'll have a better picture when the season transfer window is shut. But it's hard to tell at the moment who will go down. It's Watchalong Central this weekend, literally, and it's hard to stand out in front of so many people. But yeah, I'm thinking that the Watchalongs will have just been like everyone's been doing them because they've not been able to go to games and stuff. But I'm thinking when fans return to games, eventually they will die down a little bit. Mike, can I be mod? I'm not looking for any moderators, Jeff, but I will keep you in mind if I do need another one. If it gets, if suddenly we had a surge of about 1,000 people, then I would definitely make you moderator. But it's okay for now. I can moderate it, and then I have some other moderators as well. Do you think Fulham will finish bottom? Fulham 1, Arsenal 3 is my prediction. Callum, thanks so much for tuning in. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I watched a video this morning from Mach TV. So Mach is Paul Machin, who is from the Redmen TV. And his video was about, really interesting. It was a video about shirts and their prices. So what I can gather here is Liverpool have released 2 different types of shirt for their home shirts and away shirts and third shirts. So one of them is like just a replica, which is £70. And then they have like one that the players wear, which has like a little bit more technology in, which is £100. Both are absolutely obscene to pay that much for for a shirt that's going to go out of style, I guess. Is that right to say? Out of style? I think that's okay. At the end of the season, nobody, you got it, but you probably want like a new one. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to purchase one so expensive. And yeah, it is weird that they're so expensive when they're so cheap to produce. Can't wait for the season to start. Yes, it is really, really exciting. I'm looking forward to the season. I'm not sure how I'm going to do things yet, but that's something I need to think about. Fans won't be back for a while, not till October. No, not till October. I feel, and Tracy Crouch MP has Tracy Crouch MP has put in a thing for National League North and South to be allowed fans back. However, the government are considering to be elite leagues. Now, I'm not sure how North and particularly the South can be considered elite leagues when the amount of professional players and professional clubs are very, very, what I mean by professional is full-time. How can that be considered elite? You know, most of the players are part-time and have other jobs and things like that. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me for those leagues to be considered elite. So I feel particularly the North and South should be allowed fans in. You know, most teams at that level, I can think of like a few, like York, Hereford, and Chester, that will probably get over 2,000 on usually. So, you know, it's not going to make a massive difference if those clubs are allowed in. National League, you've got some bigger clubs like Stockport and Notts County, and to a certain extent Wrexham, that could really have a lot more fans in. But I feel like National League North-South should be looked at. Let's go up. Mike, do you think Leeds are overhyped? I'm looking forward to seeing how Leeds do. However, I think it's hard to overhype a team. They're a good side. They'll stay up. They'll definitely stay up. I've not seen anyone say Leeds will go down. 19th, Aston Villa. 18th, West Brom. Interesting. 7th, Wolves. 6th, Arsenal. 5th, Tottenham. 4th, Man United. 3rd, Chelsea. 2nd, Liverpool. And 1st, Manchester City. Right, interesting. So you don't expect... Wait, are you missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No, you're not missing one. I see. I'm just reading it wrong. I'd like to see Wolves or Everton break into the top 6. That'd be really, really good to see. Obviously, Leicester did last year. Jurgen Klopp being quiet over Ryan Brewster. I mean, there's plenty of time for these transfers to be sorted out. Is this a watch-along or are you streaming it? It's just a watch-along. I have 70 shirts. That's quite a lot. I didn't have many. I stopped wearing them when I was in secondary school, so I don't have too many. I used to have a Barcelona one that I really, really loved, but I haven't had one for a while. Premier League and Championship fans won't be allowed back to the new year at the earliest. I feel fans being back is not going to make much impact on the Premier League sides. They have multiple ways of gaining income. But you think of Carlisle, for example, they're going to really struggle without having fans in the stadium. They have iFollow, and that was going to be a really, really good help. However, it's going to be really, really tough to maintain that for all year long, because especially as people are losing their jobs left, right and centre. Companies are shutting down. Companies are taking away roles. For example, Costa Coffee have got rid of loads of assistant managers. They just don't need them anymore, and they're going to just not have them. So there's so many shops that shut. On the high street here, there's been Virgin Media shop has gone. Laura Ashley has gone as well. So they're all gone. So that is something, you know, to think about. And will people be able to afford, I follow, I think it's £10 a match, which is quite a lot when you think about it. But obviously, it's probably not expensive for going to the football. But you know, if you're not going to the football, you're not spending as much on like alcohol and programs and whatever else you buy. Right, Fulham will get relegated. They haven't really changed anything since their last time in the Premier League in one of the toughest Premier League seasons. I think they'll struggle as well. As I said, I think they'll go down. League 1 and 2 as well, says Nick. What I would do, and I suggest this on the Community Shield stream, is do it gradually. So North and South next, then the National League, then League 2 and 1, and then the Championship, and finally, if that's okay, the Premier League, where the bigger stadiums are, so you have more people in. That's what I would do it, but I think I'll just do it all in one go. If you saw the Brighton Chelsea friendly, there were some fans in the stadium. Yeah, there wasn't many. it's hard. It's a trial pilot event, so it's hard to tell from that. Yes, League One and 2 clubs need to attend. Yes, 99% of them need attendances. Clubs like Salford and Portsmouth, to a certain extent, don't really need their fans as desperately as Yeovil, who aren't in the league. But Accrington Stanley or Tranmere or Crawley or Stevenage, they need the fans a little bit more than Salford and Forest Green and those kind of clubs. Blades owner by Newcastle. I'm not sure what I'll go. You're wrong, Mike. Sunderland and Ipswich have loads of fans. Yes, they do have loads of fans. That's what I'm trying to get at here. What I'm trying to say is they have a bit more in reserve than they have a little bit more in reserve than someone like Crawley. I went up to London. Most of the shops I got to all closed. Down I follow free for season ticket holders. It's all right then. But they need income. They need regular income, and even I follow. You're losing on so much match day income because no one's buying a pie, no one's having a pint, no one's buying a program, no one's buying a T-shirt, no one's buying anything. They're just watching the game. So that is something to consider. Right, the teams: Rodak, Odoi, Hector, Tim Marine, Joe Bryan, Reed, Kearney, Cabano, Onoma, Cavallero, Kamara, Bench, Areola, Christie, Lamarckland, Anguissa, Knockhart, Decora, Reed, and Mitrovic. They said there's one change from the team that won against Brentford in the playoff final. That's Cavallero on for Bobby Reed. Arsenal's team is as follows: Leno, Holding, Gabriel starts, making his debut. Tierney, Bellerin, El Nene, Xhaka, Maitland-Niles, William making his debut, Lacazette and Aubameyang. Bench: Macy the goalkeeper, Kolasinac, Dani Ceballos back on loan from Real Madrid, Joe Willock, Nicolas Pepe, Bukayo Saka and Eddie Nketiah. So I was still buying Grealish. I've not heard that. Maybe. But I think he will stay. So it's a back three for Fulham, four in midfield for Arsenal. Sorry, four in midfield and then three up front. Fulham is a 4-3-3. No, I can't see that happening. I feel like he will stay put. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the knowledgeable person. So yeah, there's a lot of watch-alongs today and a lot of things going on. So I appreciate you tuning in to watch me. Just saying about Joe Bryan, who opened the scoring against Brentford in that final with a 3 kick. I've got a new thing where I can show the replays of my goal reactions. So yeah, that's something I need to remember, but that's something that's new and I feel like that's going to be quite popular. So here is Mikel Arteta and Scott Parker shaking hands. Well, not shaking hands, but doing the whole fist thing, which I'm not sure that's really getting away with it, but I could be wrong. And we're just about to kick off. Just waiting for... Underway. Oh wait, no, hang on. Sorry, I forgot about the Black Lives Matter knee thing. Sorry about that. The season hasn't kicked off. We are underway. I'm just going to put in first half. There we are, and we are underway. Mike, what are you doing about VAR on screen? I'm not haven't done anything yet, but I will do something for it. I will do something for it as well. So yeah, feel free to give your suggestions if you have any suggestions for how you'd like the streams to be. As I say, I'm thinking about doing a lot more on the channel. So even if it means me, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Even if it means me sacrificing, do you know what I mean? Like sacrificing how much time sleep I get and stuff. I'm gonna really try and make it work. So yeah, I did put out that I'm live on Twitter as well. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter, feel free to follow me at Mike Talks Footy. I'm on Instagram as well at Mike Talks Footy. I'm on Twitch as well, Mike Talks Football. And that's it. That's all I'm on. Don't have a TikTok channel yet. It's a page, isn't it, on TikTok? Don't have a TikTok page yet. Though I do feel that would be a good way of gaining followers. Obviously, I doubt anyone in the chat really uses TikTok, but... Oh, hang on! Oh, Kamara! Well done by Leno. That's... Gabriel had a bit of a doobie there and could have put Fulham ahead. Here is Kearney. Brian, back to Kearney, who scored the winning goal against... Oh, and ball comes in and Cabano with the head, but couldn't find it on target. It's good to see Leno back in goal after his injury that saw Martinez in goal. I'm not sure. That doesn't look very good. I'm so happy to have the football back. If you haven't already put your predictions in, let me know. Also, just so you're aware, I am going to be launching memberships on the channel, so that's something that you can partake in if you're interested. Here is Cabano. I really like the look of him when I saw him in the Championship final. It's not the Championship final, not yet for Fulham. But yeah, that's something that I was really quite liked. I was going to make a video on that for those that remember, but it just got so late, and it was on Monday night, and I had work at. I set my alarms for 5 and 5:30 just so I'm up. So that's 11 o'clock. If it finishes, I'm gonna make a video. And, I'm not gonna have much sleep. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try and sacrifice a bit more in that regard. Here is Tierney. Tierney back to new boy Gabriel. Gabriel plays it to Rob Holding, who signed from Bolton many years ago. And back to Gabriel, who signed from Lille. Lille have given many players to the Premier League, such as Eden Hazard. Joe Cole was there a bit as well. Yes, so far I will do like a GIF, but I'm not sure what it will look like yet. Might do the... I could do it, couldn't I? I could just have a video of me just going... Oh, I've lost... Is the music still playing? Yes, it is. I've got some AirPods. Do you reckon they're really good if you want any. My girlfriend got me some to go with my watch. Oh, I put the... there we are. Right, here is Kamara. He was bombed out by Ranieri when he was here. God, that feels like a lifetime ago. Here, I need to just move that over a little bit. I wonder if fans are outside. Almost certainly no. Almost certainly no. The only time I've seen fans outside the stadium is, when there's been a title won or a promotion gained. They don't really tend to attend because it's pointless, really. It'd be nice if you lived in like a skyscraper, if you lived in a big like skyscraper around by Fulham, for example, Nick, you could watch the game from there, couldn't you? But Fulham is my local team. Nice. The plan is still to move to London when Kelly is done with her uni work, which is exciting. As many of you know, I'm not a big fan of change, but here we are. We're going to do it anyway. And I'm going to support her in her pursuit. Charlton have flats that look overground. That sounds nice. Charlton's in South London, isn't it? Because my London geography isn't too good, but I'm pretty sure Charlton is in South London. Crystal Palace is in South London. Is Millwall in South London? West Ham is northeast London, like right in like the east sort of London. And then I don't know where anywhere else is. Not very good at it, Nick. I bet you're missing your channel, because obviously you won't be able to do any like videos from grounds because you can't go to games. Here is Gabrielle to Rob Holding. Charlton and Charlton miles apart. What do you mean Charlton and Charlton? Rodak gets it away. Headed back by Gabrielle. Here is Tim Ream. Yeah, Tim Ream, the American. Joe Bryan, who signed from Bristol City a couple of seasons ago when Fulham got promoted to the Premier League. I've lost more weight. How much have you lost? I haven't lost any weight since I last. I don't know. I've really been feeling down, so I've not wanted to like go anywhere or do anything. Odoi shot saved by Leno, palmed out. Palace and Charlton miles apart. Yeah, but they're both South London, aren't they? I think they're both South London. I'm 11 stone 11 now, and 13 stone 14 pounds. So you're just on the cusp of 14 stone. That's really, really, really good. Really good. I'm hoping to get to about 14 stone. That's somewhat my aim, but I need to lose a couple of stone more. But I have obviously lost so much weight, so I'm not going to feel down. Took 4 months. That's really good. Really good. It's just so hard to like find motivation when you're feeling down and stuff. I haven't been to the gym since it's reopened, so that's quite annoying. But I have just taken the dog for a walk. He really liked that. He's been really good over lockdown. Aubameyang pulled back to Xhaka. Here's Willian, and it's going to go in. It is in. It's Alexandre Lacazette, and it's been given it. I'm sure VAR will check it, but Lacazette has squeezed the ball in the Fulham net, and Arsenal have taken the lead, and it is Lacazette. I'm sure this will just be checked, but it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it. So it starts off with El Neni puts the ball over. They don't deal with it, and it comes to out wide at Aubameyang. Aubameyang gives it back, and it's shot by Xhaka, and Tim Ream does awfully poor. Willian has a shot saved by Rodak, palmed out to Lacazette, who was onside and scores. So it is 1-0 to Arsenal, and Fulham are behind. I'm expecting Fulham to sign a few more players before the end of the transfer window. That's what I'm expecting. But it is 1-0 to Arsenal. They are just checking it again, but it looked like it was onside to me. Walk from Exeter to London, you lose that weight that way. Yeah, it's a little bit too far though, isn't it? Goal confirmed. And it's 1-0 to Arsenal. Odoi, Michael Hector. Walking like that, the wrong way to lose weight. Because during lockdown, I did loads of walking. I'd walk like miles and miles and miles a day with Alf. But since the shops have been reopened, I've not done it as much. Here is Cavallero, and I've accidentally opened up Photoshop. Ball comes in, and Cabano, and it is blocked. Willian, and Xhaka is going to bring it away. He gets it out wide, and it's not good enough, and it's back. People think they have to eat less, very less to lose weight. So I've lost 7 stone. what I found helpful for me was eating less. What I used to do was I'd have bigger meals, but I wouldn't snack. That's what I used to do. I wouldn't snack at all, but I'd have bigger meals to fill me up because I am a big person. I need a lot of food. And then I do go to the gym and do lots of walking, and that's what made me lose so much weight in the beginning. So that's what I would recommend. Gabrielle. To El Nene. Kieran, thank you for tuning in. How you doing, my friend? Cheers for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Here is Gabrielle. Holding. Happy to sleep behind me. He's a good boy as always. Mike, on HS word by advise 2 hours walking a week. Does it? But if we like divide that up into 7 days, that's. I'm just going to calculate because I don't want to get it wrong. Right, so if you have 2 divided by 7 equals 28 minutes a day. Right, I can't walk the dog for 28 minutes a day. And on my exercise thing, it revises 30 minutes of exercise a day at least. On my watch. So I want to hit my goal. 28 minutes is wrong, isn't it? That's not even. I haven't lost any weight for ages. 40 minutes a day. I walk a dog usually a bit longer than that. Because the way I go is just longer than that. I mean, if I have a look at my, I did 6 kilometers. It took me an hour and 20, and I burnt 620 calories, active calories, and I bought and 800 total calories. So that's what I did today. Here is Cabano to Odoi, who was a centre-back, and they played him a lot of right-back when he was in the Premier League last season, and he didn't look very comfortable, but he's at right-back again. Here is Willian, playing for Arsenal for the first time, finds Hector Bellerin, who is a vegan, like me, which is interesting. Not many. There's a lot more people turning to like a plant-based diet than you realise in sport, which is a plant-based diet is just a vegan diet. But the difference between somebody who's plant-based and somebody who's vegan is a vegan doesn't like buy like leather jackets and wool and that kind of thing. Xhaka. Cabano. And Holden steps in, finds Aubameyang. That's actually quite a good ball, considering he just stepped in to make the challenge. Finds Lacazette. Hector Bellerin out wide to Willian. This is good from Arsenal. Willian crosses it and headed away by Tim Ream, the American. Alneny out wide. Willian again. Looking good, Arsenal. Looking good. Here is Gabriel. I'm not going to try and pronounce his surname. Kieran Tierney, who signed from Celtic last season and had a stop-start season due to injuries. Willian out wide. And here is Hector Bellerin with a ball in, a quick whipped ball in, but it was a bit too fast for anyone to make contact. Maitland-Niles crosses it back, and Harrison Reed steps in, but now it's with Tierney. Tierney's ball in, and they get it away. Fulham, and he's Harrison Reed to Cabano. Did Tierney have a spell? Did have a spell? I don't think so. I will have a look, but I don't think so. No, he's just played at Celtic. He was actually born in Douglas on the Isle of Man, which I didn't know. Do you ever dream about KFC or any meat takeaway? No, not the same player. He was born in Isle of Man and has played Celtic for his entire career until he joined Arsenal a few years ago. So KFC do have a vegan burger, which I have had. I don't dream about it, no. However, I do miss eating meat. I like his mate Niles, and Hector does well. Can he get it away though? He gets it comes off mate Niles, and it is a throw-in. So yeah, I do miss eating meat. I miss the taste of meat. I did not go vegan because I don't like the taste of meat. No one goes vegan because they don't like the taste of meat. Well, some people do, but not many people do. So yeah, Kearney, Tom Kearney. I'll have a look. But yeah, so I'm vegan because of other reasons. Kearney is British. No, he's He's born in England, plays for Scotland, but no, was never on loan at Sheffield United. Messi and Ronaldo and Aguero will have plant-based diets during the season. Adoy, Reed. Adoy's ball in and nobody there. And that's going to go out for a throw-in. Can't remember his name. I'll have a look on the Australian to see if I can work out who you mean. No, I'm not sure who you mean. No, I don't know. Ball comes in for Fulham and straight into the hands of Bernd Leno. Gabrielle, if Kelly went back to eating meat, would you too? She wouldn't. But no, I wouldn't. I think if any of us had to go back, we'd probably split up. Because, well, I'd try it, but I know it would be really difficult because. No, I don't know. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. So it's like a lot of health benefits to a vegan diet. So yeah, there's a lot of health benefits to it. So I probably wouldn't. I almost definitely wouldn't. I've started to put tractors after comments as a trademark. Nice. I'm thinking about trying to build the channel, and if I like get it to where I want to be, maybe like have a lot more people on from like different YouTube channels and different like podcasting stats. That's something that I'm considering for like next season. Here is Harrison Reed. Harrison Reed looks out the outside, but only finds Kieran Tierney in an Arsenal shirt, of course. Here is El Nene, who's recently come back from a loan. Xhaka. Interesting that he's come out on loan and now. Really interesting. Sorry if you can hear any barking. That's not Alf. Alf is asleep. Yeah, that's not Alf. Maitland Niles, and he loses the ball to Harrison Reed. Hector Reed, and he is fouled by Aubameyang, and that will be a free kick to Fulham. Hector. Rodak. Ream. Here's Willian. Willian finds Lacazette. Cuts it back to El Nene, who should score, and Ream makes a block, and Xhaka hits it where? Just look, it's Montgomery. Alright, okay. Good for Arsenal. It's been a good 21 minutes for Arsenal. Yeah, a good start to the season for Arsenal. So far, they are 1-0 up against Fulham in a London derby. I've been to Arsenal Stadium. I've never been to Craven Cottage. For Christmas, Kelly got me a tour of Arsenal. She got me a poster that you can scratch off the stadiums you've been to. And she was like, "Oh, what stadiums have you been to?" So I started naming them, and I was like, "Oh, I went to at the Emirates Stadium." She said, "Have you?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I have, for like a tour." And that's what she got me for her as a Christmas present. So she had to like cancel it and find out last minute. Literally, that was Christmas Eve. So that was quite funny. But I went to a game instead. I went to Exeter versus Colchester, which finished 0-0. And I will be going to all the stadiums in the EFL this last season. So that's something that is going to be something I'm looking forward to. So Lacazette with the only goal so far in this game. And it is a free kick to Fulham. Harrison Reed and Joe Bryant stood over it. Harrison Reed signed from Southampton after a successful loan spell. It's quite a high line. Bryant's ball in. Looking for Hector. Headed away by Holding. And there's an offside flag up. And it will be a free kick to Arsenal. Nice. So Crystal Palace and Southampton is on later today at 3 o'clock. BT Sport 1 HD and Ultimate, which I do not have. Not sure what I'll be watching. I'll probably be watching like Let's Soccer Saturday or something like that, because I don't really. Because I like to know what's going on in around the grounds, if you know what I mean. So I'm one of those people that watches a mixture of stuff. So how did everyone cope with lockdown? What did everyone do in lockdown? I spent most of my lockdown working because I started a job. I did a lot of gardening, walked the dog quite a lot, did a bit more gardening, watched a bit of Hell's Kitchen. So that's what I did during lockdown. Not exciting, but yeah, just stayed indoors mostly. Go to the shop quite a lot just to get stuff. The one day I went in hoping to find some like reduced items and there was none. So I didn't come out with much and they were really annoyed. Just losing weight, that's great stuff, great stuff. I lost a fair bit. I think I've lost 2.5 stone this year so far. It isn't like masses, but considering we're in lockdown and stuff. Here is a Kamara and good tackle by Gabriel, and Gabriel battles with Kamara and wins the ball. Great stuff by Gabriel, a new signing. If you were on death row, I shouldn't mean death row, would your last meal be plant or meat based? It would be plant based. Hector Bellerin. Sorry if you can hear any music from next door. My wedding was 11 stone 8. Ah, that's good. Can't believe some people are so inconsiderate. But yeah, if you can't hear any music, I'm very, very sorry. 2013, that was a while ago. 7 years ago. I was a lot younger then. Been married a while then. I like to edit videos and watch TV 9 hours on YouTube. That's quite a it's quite good learning to edit video. That's going to be a really handy skill. Definitely a good skill to have. And yeah, TV and YouTube, I can understand why you watched a lot of that. Yeah, sometimes the music gets so loud next door that I have to have the TV on really, really loud. It's so annoying. So annoying. Here is a free kick to Arsenal. It's a big wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're all in the wall. It's Willian to take. I think he's going to score this. And it... Oh, he's hit the post. Hit the post. And it's away for a throw-in. Could have been 2-0 there, but it did come off a post. Weird how it's the wall was set up there. Very strange. I do edit videos. That's good. I'm trying to like put like a lot more edits into my videos instead of just having it as one long video. Just showing this free kick again. Did really well. But just off the post, unfortunately, for Willian on his debut. A lot of work going on at Craven Cottage. They're doing a lot of work to the ground. Mobile app I use. I use something called Filmora, which is due up in a couple of months. And I have to renew it. But I'm quite good with it, so... Kelly has some Apple ones, but I don't have an Apple computer, so... Here is first my cooking videos. Yes! For my cooking videos. Yes! Yeah, I can imagine. How is that all going? Joe Bryan. Hector out wide. And Cabano loses the ball, but it is out for a throw to Fulham. Fulham starting to get a bit more of a hold on the game. Oh, yeah, they're doing a lot of work. There's lots of cranes and stuff. They're demolishing the stand. On Facebook now. Very nice. Just showed the River Thames. I use Microsoft Video app in my laptop. Right, so I've not used that, but you know, at the end of the day, you need to find something that works for you. And if you're happy with what you use, then that's all that matters. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter what anyone else uses. The big ones are obviously very expensive. Willian. Tierney. Aubameyang. Here is Onuma. Onuma finds Kamara. Onuma, former player at Tottenham, of course. Kearney. Mine's like a computer one, like for the computer, but yeah, I pay for it. But it's nice to be able to like do what I want to do, and I know how to use it, so I don't have to like learn how to use a different one. It's quite cheap as well, so. Hector. Adoy. Ream out wide. Cavallero. Signed from Wolves, I think. Here is Adoy. Adoy with the ball in and no one there, and it's foul. I think that was Kamara on Gabriel. Yeah, so it is a free kick, but a great ball in by Adoy, who I said previously that is not a good right back. But obviously I don't watch him every week. Hector picked up a yellow card at some point, but I didn't see that happen. Your cut is brilliant. Do you mean my haircut? Or do you mean like my cutting on like videos? Here is Lacazette. Lacazette looks out wide and what a ball. Loads of space for Hector Bellerin. And cut out, but it comes back to Hector Bellerin. Lacazette and brilliantly chipped over. Here is Willian. Willian still. Puts the ball in, it's away, and Cavallero gets it away. Xhaka. And back to Gabriel. So they're back to the final line of defence, and they have to start up again. Ready anniversary. Hi, Wickham Wanderers badge. Hi, how you doing? Congratulations on promotion to the Championship. Move the videos to where you want first. I don't know. It's just, do you mean like the video, like the editing videos? It's yeah. I'm pretty happy with the one I use. Who do you support? Fletcher, thank you much for tuning in, dude. How you doing? I support one of my local teams when I was growing up called Hereford. They play in the National League North, and they're crap. Is crap a swear word? Because I promised I wouldn't swear anymore. I didn't promise, but I said to myself I wouldn't swear anymore. But they're very, very bad either way. Lacazette's through, but he won't get onto that. Great ball by Nick Maitland-Niles. You cut app. Oh, you cut. Right. Right, okay. I only have iPhones. I have an iPhone and an iPad and things like that. Just showing the goal again. I've hurt my arm a little bit here. It's getting a bit better, but I fell off a skateboard. So, yeah, Fletcher, who do you support? I'd love to know. Bellerin. Here is El Nene. Gabriel. Aubameyang. Aubameyang to Lacazette, great ball, surely he's offside. Lacazette is onside, and great ball in, but there was Tim Ream to get it away. Great work by Tim Ream, who's got quite long hair and he's got a hairband in. Is it an Alice band? Is that what it's called? I'm not sure. But great stuff by, I'm not sure if he looks like he's onside, but good ball. I used to support my legs, they support me. Yeah, I've heard that many times. T has 250 shirt collection. Might be more now. Crazy. That's a lot, isn't it? I'm not a big... I have like... can't remember last time I bought a football shirt. Honestly, I haven't bought one for years. Oh, Dermot Gallagher's on BT Sport. That's interesting. He's usually on Sky, isn't he? And TalkSport. I'm not sure that's like... That might be an old thing. I have no idea. Here is Tom Kearney. Harrison Reed. Cabano. Back to Reed. Kearney. Maybe it would be better if I started wearing football shirts on stream. Maybe that would be like a talking point. I could wear like, if it was Fulham versus Arsenal, I could wear a Chelsea shirt. Except for when I don't want a Chelsea shirt. Kearney. Reed. Adoy. I have 70 plus, all Ipswich. Do they release them every year, Nick? Or They do them every other year. Because in the top clubs, it's every other year. Top clubs, it's every year. They get a new home and away shirt and a third shirt sometimes. Kamara, but Hereford have it every other year. So they'll change the away shirt and then the next year they'll change the home shirt, etc. Will you stream Blades? If there's a game that I think will do okay, I probably will, yeah. At some point, it's almost certain that I will stream a game of theirs at some point. Xhaka. Aubameyang. Captain now, of course. Just saying that about VAR and using the screen and stuff. I think I'm a fan of using the stream. Home, away, and away. Mine go back to 1992 to now. Alright, so that's good. That's good. I spent a hell of a lot of money on them, though. But obviously, if you wear them all. Here's Aubameyang. Great ball. Aubameyang shot. And it is saved by Rodak. A couple of attempts. But he did manage to save it in the end. So, if I have a look at... Yeah, great ball by Tierney. If I look at the Premier League games... no, I probably won't stream that one. But you never know. I might change my mind. Yeah, I probably will do one at some point. It's almost certain that I will cover every single Premier League team, especially if they're playing one of the big sides. Harrison Reed. Leeds will win 2-1. Is that for the Wolves game? It's Monday night, isn't it? That'll be it's interesting. They're all on TV. I think that's a really good way to go for the Premier League games while there's no fans. Here is Cabano. Out wide, still Cabano. Cabano's ball in and Tierney will bring it away. And he puts it out for a throw into Fulham. Very poor. Very poor. Harrison Reed. Odoi plays it back to Michael Hector. Hector, Ream, Kearney, back to Ream. Ream out wide to Odoi. Odoi looks like he's been fouled and has been fouled by Aubameyang, and that would be a free kick to Fulham. We are 7 minutes until half time, so that's interesting. And it's been fairly fair. Oh, last time they played. Right, okay, I get you. Yeah, so interesting. I think I went for a draw in that one. Jack, thank you very much for tuning in. Second season, and hopefully our last. League 2 for us underway in just under 2 hours. Who do you start with, Jack? It's going to be an interesting season for Bolton. I personally think they will be fine and they will go up. Forest Green at home. That's quite a tough start because Forest Green are fairly decent, and they'll be looking to push on and get promoted this season. Definitely should be looking at the playoffs at least for Bolton. But Bolton's in like a really, really bad situation regarding the coronavirus. Their amount per 100,000 people is very, very, very high. Who scored? It was Alexandre Lacazette with a tap in. Hector Bellerin. Willian. Really, really good ball out wide to Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles' ball in and just doesn't find Lacazette. Great stuff by... I'm not sure if Tim Ream got a touch, but he probably did just put him off. All because of some bloke going on a pub crawl rather than staying in quarantine. It's really, really, really bad. It's really, really bad. I hope that doesn't happen here. but it seems to be like going slightly down. Like it seems to be going down the country, but Leicester was like in the Midlands, so maybe not. It seems to be more north that it's the problem than down south for whatever reason. I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, it seems to be. It's rising everywhere, but it's rising incredibly fast in Yorkshire, Tyne and Wear, and Manchester areas. For whatever reason. Score prediction for the Leicester game tomorrow. So I did actually do predictions. I recorded a video, but I'm not sure what I said. Just have a look. I think Leicester will win 1-0, I think I said. I think I said 1-0 to Leicester. I don't think the lockdown imposed at the end of the day banning people meeting outside actually worked. I can't understand, Jack, why they did not go a little bit harder to try and get rid of it a bit faster and really like a bit more of a firmer lockdown. That's what would have been better. That's just my opinion. But it's come down in Leicester, hasn't it? I hope you enjoyed your first week of college. Or your first full week of college. Not sure when you're back, but I assume you're back you're at college now. Yeah, I just fancy Leicester for the win. I think West Brom will struggle. Read. Joe Bryan. Kearney plays the 1-2, but it doesn't fall to him. He leaves it to Joe Bryan, and the ball comes in from Kearney. Tierney headed away. Oh, Nene loses it. Kamara. Harrison Reed. Adoy. And it's out for a throw-in. I get why it is now, but ours wasn't needed at the end of July, as it was about 17 when it was set to be eased. It was around 17, so there was little point of imposing lockdown until it started rising. Yeah, and now it's just out of control for whatever reason. I'm not sure what's going on for it to be so high. If the whole country was as high as Bolton, we'd be in lockdown. So why aren't they sorting that out? Really hard because no one witnessed it before. There will be negatives. Yeah. It's everyone's wiser after the event, aren't they? Everyone's wiser after the event. Holding. Schools will still be open unless someone tests positive. Yeah, I went to Exeter College the other day to do my GCSE English course assessment, and I passed. So I will be on that next week, I think it is. So that's not next week, the week after, I think it said. I think that's what she said. At least I think so. I don't really know. And then I got my maths one on Tuesday as well. No one knew what was right. I sort of buy into that, but I also buy into the fact everyone else was locking down besides us, and everyone was staying put besides us. So I feel like it could have been a little better. 2 people in my school have tested positive. Are you from Leicester? Or are you from just like a different area? I started 6th on the 3rd. Hope it's going okay. I really do. What have you chosen to study? Everyone seems to blame Boris. There are things that he could have done differently. A la Dominic Cummings going to Durham for some reason and going to Barnard Castle to have an eye test. That he could have handled that differently. Someone in my classes got tested as someone they lived with had been in contact with someone who had COVID. Luckily, the test was negative. So as I said at the beginning of the stream, Jack, I'd actually been in self-isolation this week because someone I live with had symptoms of coronavirus. She had a cough and lost a sense of smell. So she got tested. My girlfriend, Kelly, gets tested every week. Apple pays for them to get tested every week. And they both come back negative. So I can go out and go back to work now. But yeah, it's prevalent. Ball comes in, headed away by Gabrielle. Up until Tuesday, I was doing maths, business, and IT, but from Wednesday, I chose to do maths, business, and physics. Interesting. Businesses. I really like business. Yeah, I really like business. Yeah. It's good. Good. As long as you're doing what you enjoy. I'm not sure what they offer at Exeter College, but yeah, it's good. It's all good. Hopefully you make some friends. Why our case is rising. This is a corner to Fulham. We're almost at half time, so I will let this play out and then we'll see how we get on. Ball's in, headed away by Holding, and we've stopped for half time. So half time, Arsenal are 1 goal ahead thanks to Lacazette scoring inside 20 minutes. So half time is 1-0. Why our case is rising. So just go out more. I don't know. Just go out more. It seems to be rising in young people. Matt Hancock blamed young people for cases rising, yet the government wanted people to go out with the Eat Out to Help Out scheme. What's probably happening is a lot of people. They did say on the briefing that a lot of people are getting tested with no symptoms. Right, so probably what's happening is young people aren't getting tested unless they really need to and they have symptoms of COVID-19. This means that the COVID-19 rate for how many people tested to how many people test positive is so high for young people because only the people that desperately need to maybe are getting tested. I'm not sure. From people coming here on holidays. Not many people. I don't think many people are coming here on holidays. And certainly wouldn't be like to Bolton, where it's super high. If you're picked up by a test and trace scheme, you should have the right to get a test. Yeah, that would make sense. But when we tried to get a test, there was really like a lack of testing. You have to wait for ages. We did find one in a neighbouring town that did it the next day, but besides that, it was like a really long wait. Which, if you're like got like work and stuff, it's hard to wait so long for a test. I think this is Firmino's breakthrough season when he bags like 20 goals. I don't think so. I just don't see it in him. I really don't. I just think he's gonna be. I think he's just going to be one of those people that doesn't score many goals. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. He does what he does so well, and that's really. It's really important to just take everything. Just to have everything like working so well like Liverpool do. I really want to get an antibody test as soon as they come out for everyone. You can, I think Superdrug do them, but obviously it's like 60 quid. I think, or like £80. But yeah, I mean, I've not taken one, but Kelly has her system. So Kelly gets tested every week for coronavirus. Not an antibody test, but she gets tested for whether she has coronavirus. The vaccine for Oxford is on pause at the moment, which isn't great news, but hopefully it will mean that they iron out any issues. So half time is one. I think there's a game in the championship, so we'll just have a look at the score there and see if there's any other early kickoffs for whatever reason. Yes, there's 2 games in the championship that are taking place right now. Birmingham are 1-0 ahead against Brentford, and Brentford are favourites for promotion. Wickham and Rotherham are drawing 0-0 at Adams Park in Wickham. League 1 and 2, I don't think there's any games, but we will check. There's a few games kicking off in Premier League 2, but nobody cares about Premier League 2. All the League 1 and 2 fixtures take place at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Python Greek, thanks so much for tuning in. Dude, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for tuning in, my friend. Surely Fulham will bring on Mitrovic. Yes, surely they will. Surely they'll try and make something different. They're only a goal behind, which is good. Tricks, thanks so much for tuning in, dude. How you doing? How's life? The test needs to be better in terms of results. Like this country, it takes days, but other countries it takes back within 1 hour. So Shanice waited just over 24 hours. It's about 30 hours. I think she had her result back. Kelly had hers back shorter than that, less than a day. So I think it was about 12 hours that it took Kelly to get hers back. So that's good. That was in the hospital though. But yes, it should be faster. Exeter University are doing one where they can tell you the same day. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. When is Liverpool playing in Spurs? So Liverpool are playing later this evening, Python Greeks. They are playing against Leeds United at Anfield. That kicks off at 5:30. Tottenham, on the other hand, kick off at 4:30 tomorrow. That is Tottenham versus Everton, live on Sky Sports. Arsenal 3, Fulham 0, so you think it'll be fine. Cambridge United, Liverpool fan, CUFC LFC. Thank you so much for the subscribe, and look what you've done to my nicety thing. My nice thing at the top. Look how long it is. It's literally taken over. And Stream Element says thank you as well. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So yeah, I heard there's a coronavirus cure, but it's bad. And so there's talk of a vaccine, but there is pause just because there's been some side effects. However, Patrick Vallance did say that they're not concerned about the whatever side effect it is, and it's not. It's a regular occurrence to have stoppage. They've already had a stoppage on it before, so it's still really good. Russia have already approved the vaccine. China have got a vaccine for their army, and don't really trust China, certainly don't trust Russia. I won't be having the Russian vaccine. America seem to be wanting to push one through before the election in November. This would allow Trump to look good. That's quite concerning as well. So I feel like the government haven't done amazingly to deal with this pandemic. However, if they do wait for the evidence and the science, then that is going to be very, very handy, and it will allow us to be safe when having the vaccine put into our bodies. Stupid of this government in March to only test those who had symptoms lasted a week or more. Yes, if we would have tested to this great ability, we'd have had a ridiculous amount more positive cases, but comparison to the deaths, it would look a lot better. Will coronavirus have to go? Yes. Yeah, it will. I'm positive. I think we're doing the right thing in the with the Oxford vaccine. I'm hoping that could lead us to the end of the tunnel. I wonder if China hadn't covered up the virus, would COVID had only been an outbreak in China, and stadiums would have been 100% full. I think I'm not sure, Jack, but I think that the cases just ballooned in Wuhan. I think there was like so many people infected so quickly, and it's once again so many pandemics happen and epidemics happen because people have basically eaten something that they somewhat infected with a disease, which obviously I'm vegan, so I won't eat anything that's infected with disease. But there was a case of a bubonic plague in Mongolia, and they ate some weird rodent, and obviously unconfirmed reports of a bat being the cause of this pandemic. Football season is back. Yes, football season is back, which is really, really exciting. It's not how I'd have imagined it this time last season, this next season being, but here we are. They waited as long as possible to say anything, rather to the World Health Organization rather than ASAP. Yeah, it's all well and good after the event. They should have been a bit more on it though. I mean, we may never live through anything like this again, so hopefully it won't be long until we're back doing normal things, but it will be hard to get back to normal. Next year there will be a vaccine, hopefully. Like I say, China have already announced that there's one for their military. Russia have approved one for their use of their residents in Russia. America are trying to push one through as well. A doctor tried to speak out about the virus but got in trouble by the government officials for doing so. Yeah, China's a very, very they do some questionable things. They're not as corrupt as North Korea, but sometimes. It's not. It's a horrible situation. I never envisioned this happening. When I first heard about the coronavirus, I was just like, "Oh, it'll be okay." Didn't even register for ages, and I saw the cases were going up here, and I was like, "Oh, it'll be okay." It'd just be like swine flu, and then it just kept growing and growing, and we were asked to stay home, and I thought, oh, hopefully this doesn't last too long. Hopefully we can sort it out soon. And if we all stay home, but it's like a never-ending tyrant of abuse. It's not nice. The UK is getting along with it and just keeping calm. Yeah, I mean, it was relatively calm about it, but I hate some people who almost act like they wanted a second wave just so they can be told you it would come. We're always going to get a second wave, even when the first wave was coming to an end and everything was going down. They were there's usually a second wave of it. Whether we're in a second wave now or we're just in a spike is hard to tell. However, with the winter coming, it could rise again, and it's hard to tell. But with the winter coming, it could be bad. I haven't. For those that don't know, I saw my dad for the first time last month, for the first time since December. I haven't seen my sisters since December. I haven't seen my gran since February, and I haven't seen my mum since March. So it is really, really difficult being without them, and I'm hoping I will be able to see them when Christmas comes. COVID makes no difference with weather, but more risk because we're all indoors. Yes, weather should make a difference, but with the winter coming, what I mean is there'll be more stress on the NHS and things like that. So if cases were to rise, there would also be a lot of people that were in hospital for other things like pneumonia and very, very, very bad symptoms of flu and stuff. Too many young people ignoring it. Obviously there's young people ignoring it, but there's also people of all ages ignoring it. But young people tend to be in like bigger groups, maybe. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's just a young people issue. You don't see many people on Facebook, young people sharing stuff about it all being a myth, but you see loads of middle-aged people who think it's all a big wind up for whatever reason. Quite hungry. Need to have something to eat. Might have some cereal. What's everyone's favourite cereal? Get it in the comments. I have granola. I like granola. Kelly, if you're watching, hi. But I don't think she is. But she's on break. Oh, she's replied. Frosties. Nice. Kelly likes Rice Krispies. All my A-level classes, even excluding the teachers, there is at least double the people in the class. But outside of school, can't meet anyone more than 6, and Bolton nobody allowed at all. What I would say, Jack, is people have to learn. You can't, if you're allowed to stay home, you have to stay home again, right? Until, let's say, July 2021, then you'd miss over a year of schooling and teaching, and that's not just you, that's across the board, and that would have a massive effect. So I feel that schools should be open unless it is a danger to them to be open. Maybe they should do smaller classes or something, but they certainly they are driving to places. Right. I really don't want to stay home again, it's boring. I just really hope it's okay for Christmas, because I'd be devastated if I couldn't go home. Just waiting for the second half to be underway. And the second half is underway. There we are. No changes. Nope. There we are. School is obviously important, but what's the difference between meeting somebody in school rather than outside, in which outside is less transmission, especially when we're all in bubbles? Like I say, you need to. It's kind of important that you go to school, I feel. So, and remember, this is only a short-term thing. Hopefully, you might live to like 100, and like a year of your life will be took up by this. It's 1%. But it doesn't make a lot of sense. But I feel like they do have these schools open just because you need to be educated. No Christmas with family. That's horrible. Yeah, it is. I am really worried. I'm really concerned about it. But here is Aubameyang and Tim Ream. Can he get it away? He can get away. Well done. I don't really have much breakfast. I'm just one of those people. I wish I could move that thing out. It's really frustrating me. But yeah, I'm hoping to do a lot more videos. So if you do enjoy what you're seeing, make sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video if you're enjoying it as well. I would really, really appreciate it. Throw in to Arsenal. Tierney with the ball in. Headed away by Michael Hector. Maitland-Niles to Hector Bellerin. Willian. And it's out for a throw-in. I only really have breakfast when I go to school. See, when I'm at work, I start too early to have breakfast, which sounds a bit ridiculous, but if I'm getting up at like 5 o'clock, I'm not going to want to like sit down and have a meal. You know what I mean? My sister lives in Oz. It's harder. That's very, very difficult as well. But at least in Australia and New Zealand and that side of the world, cases are very low outside of New Victoria. Is it New Victoria? Just Victoria. I can't remember. Lacazette puts the ball in and it's behind for a corner kick. I have OCD autism, so the lockdown was a struggle, but Matt got through it. Absolutely brilliant, brilliant. You didn't actually have to, if the staying in was a problem for you, you could go out more than once. If you have like a disability and that affects you, then you could have gone out. But obviously, that's just how it is. New Zealand and Germany up there with the countries that manage to do it best. Yes, they have. Both have women. Ball comes in, and it's a great header. It's 2-0. It's Gabriel. Great header, and it's 2-0 to Arsenal. And Arsenal probably have just wrapped up the game, really. I can't see Fulham getting him back now. Rodak beaten again, and it's Gabriel this time with the goal. 2-0 to Arsenal. Yeah, it's a free header. Hector just lets him go. Just lets him go. I don't know what he's doing. Really, really, really poor. Really poor from Michael Hector. 2-0 Arsenal. Yeah, both women. So Angela Merkel is the Chancellor of Germany, and the Prime Minister of New Zealand is Jacinda Ardern. And obviously, one thing we have to keep in mind is New Zealand is a country of 4 million people, which is half the size of London. However, she's done extremely well as Angela Merkel. I think Angela Merkel's done absolutely fantastic to have the way she's handled it has been absolutely fantastic. We've done badly. The amount of deaths is just horrendous. Germany has 90%, 90 million people, and they have 4 times less deaths than we do. Well, our deaths are just crazily bad. My prediction is 4-0. I went 2-0 at the start, but with 40 minutes still to go, it would make sense if there was more goals. They are supposed to be here to come for Christmas. Hopefully they managed to make it, Jeff. My mum was meant to see her friend in June from Australia, but unfortunately they've not been able to come over. But yeah. Damn, it's back on. So just saying that came off his shoulder, but they've given the goal. Make Italy's situation look fantastic. Italy, their lockdown was pretty long. However, in Italy, they have an older average age. 4-0 or 3-1 says Python. It wouldn't be handball. No, it's not. That might have been a problem last season, but they said the rules have changed in that dynamic, and it now would be allowed, and it has been allowed. I said 2-0. Yeah, so 2-0 currently. God, Arsenal Fan TV have got so many people watching. 41,000 views. Oh, right, okay, that's stopped. How do I get back to my stream? I've clicked on the wrong thing. Here we are. Oh, I've got an advert playing. Right, ignore me. Italy have done a good job when it comes to managing rising cases again. Now, yeah, and Spain had a long lockdown as well. But because so many people are traveling to Spain for holidays, it's rising again. France is very high as well. My niece's birthday today in Australia. She's 16 now. Happy birthday to your niece, my friend. Very nice. Hopefully she has a nice day. Kenny. Here's Brian. Harrison Reed. Kearney. I also have West Ham next week. So they start off with 2 London derbies, which is interesting. Oh, Nene. To Willian. Willian bringing the ball forward. Just passes the halfway line. And fouled by Cavallero, and that will be a free kick to Arsenal thanks to Willian being fouled. Harrison Reed. I think their rise in death will lead to less deaths. Cases will raise less deaths, although it can still happen with healthy people. The young, especially, are a lot less likely to suffer severe effects than the old. Yeah. Obviously, they have a better immune systems and things like that. One thing that I read is I had a phone call the other day, and it was my doctor's surgery, and they said, we want to book you in for a vaccination. And I was like, why? Not vaccination, a flu jab. I was like, why? And she was like, I don't know, it just says. And I was like, oh, can you ask? Because I'm very confused. Hector Bellerin has picked up a yellow card. But they said that it's because you have a disability. And I looked it up, and I'm 41% more likely to die from a respiratory illness, which is kind of scary, despite being young and healthy. It's supposed to be in Spain with TUI in September, cancelled due to COVID. Makes sense. Better to be safe in those situations, isn't it? Brian's ball in, headed away. Kamara with a shot wide. My mum is getting a jab as she is diabetic. It makes sense if you, particularly this year, because it feels like they're really rolling out to people. I've never had to have a flu vaccination in my life, a flu jab rather. But here we are, I'm booked in for next week. We have Liverpool on the 28th of the night. That'll be a tough game. I'm expecting Liverpool to win the title, to be fair. I hate having when I can't make eye contact. It's so annoying. It is really annoying. I can't make eye contact either, but I think the best way to do is, what I try to do is keep it for like a second, and then it looks like you're at least paying some attention. Willian. Out wide to Aubameyang. Great ball. And he shoots, and it's an absolutely beautiful goal by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Brilliant goal by Aubameyang. Really, really nice finish. They're just saying how much of a team goal it was, and it's 3-0 to Arsenal. And this could get ugly. We're only 12 minutes into the second half. 57 minutes gone on the clock. Plenty of time. Great ball over to Aubameyang from Willian. Cuts in and then just absolutely hammers it into the top corner. Really, really nice goal. Now, if I've done this right, we should be able to see the replay of the goal. Contact is so annoying. It is really annoying. I can't make eye contact either. But right, so hopefully, I think the best way to do is what I try to do is
the replay.
keep
I'm not
it for
sure
like
how
a
this
second,
works.
and then it looks like you're at least paying some attention. Willian out wide to Aubameyang. Great ball. And he shoots, and it's a absolutely beautiful goal by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Contact is so annoying. Right, okay. So yeah, 3-0 to Arsenal. Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Gabriel with the goals so far in this game. My mum as well was only just off the cut-off point for those asking to be shielding. Yeah, definitely should have the flu jab just to try and avoid so many people getting ill. Because if you're ill with it, you might not go in with COVID, but you could potentially get COVID while you're in hospital. Got all my money back and said it wouldn't really be a holiday. No, definitely not. Man United playing soon. They're not playing until next week, are they? Due to the 6-week break. Same with Manchester City. What a goal. Yeah, really, really good goal. I knew Aubameyang would score. Yeah, he is good. He is good. Oliver, thanks so much for tuning in, but can't help you with that, unfortunately. 16 people watching. If you haven't already, I'd love us to like, and feel free to get involved in the chat as well. I'm open to talking about mostly anything. Here is Hector Bellerin. Bellerin to Rob Holding. I feel like Rob Holding is going to have a good season this season. Going to be a big season for Rob Holding. Looking for Maitland-Niles. Aubameyang puts it forward. Yeah, Aubameyang is such a good striker. Probably one of the best strikers in the league. Rob Holding made him Bolton. I did actually say that he signed from Bolton at the start of the stream. But yes, he did sign from Bolton, didn't he? It was only like a couple of £1 million, wasn't it, if I remember correct? Lacazette. This could get ugly. This could be 4 or 5 or even 6. Because Arsenal look very, 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 very good so far in their second half. And Fulham just have no answer to them. Fulham equals Yo-Yo Club. It certainly looks like it at the moment. But you could understand, Jack, the not the pessimism, the caution. You can understand the caution of not going wild and signing loads of players like they did last time and getting relegated. So you can understand it. But I feel like a mix of the two in the middle, spending a fair amount but keeping a core squad, makes a little bit more sense. Arsenal look like they will be top after every game this week. Potentially. Obviously, it could be a situation where Chelsea run riot at maybe Brighton, maybe Liverpool absolutely hammer Leeds. No, it doesn't matter. Not. Knock, knock. Who's there? There is a slight delay, so I can't respond instantly. Free kick to Arsenal. Lettuce. Lettuce who? Yeah, so free kick. Xhaka's looks like he's standing over it. Man United playing today versus Villa in a friendly. Annoying that Sky and BT are broadcasting more games this month, but none are being made for free like last time. No, there is some on BBC. I think there's one on BBC. I think. Let's have a look. I'm sure there is. Still 1-0 at Birmingham and still goalless at Wickham for those that are interested in the Championship. Here comes the main man. It is Aleksandar Mitrovic time. Aguisa coming on too. So Kamara has come off for Mitrovic and Cabana has come off for Anguissa, who's returning back to the side. So what did I say? Premier League, I'll just have a look to see. So Crystal Palace versus Everton is on Amazon Prime Video. We can get a free trial of that. I'm sure BBC have got one. BBC are Leicester versus Burnley at 7 o'clock on Sunday evening on the 20th. In terms of pick. Right, okay, yes, there is none on pick. There were so many more games, I guess, in such a sports-based time. Yeah, so Man United, as you said, we're playing Villa in a friendly, but that's not really important. Williams ball in. No one there. But you've given it away for them to William. Sky normally make their first broadcast of the season free as well. Yeah, he did that last time, but I guess because Leeds and Liverpool was quite like a big game, so maybe that's why they didn't do it. Aubameyang straight to Rodak. I really appreciate the support on the video. I really do appreciate it. Thinking about getting like a stream deck, but I'm thinking there's like a free well, it's like $2.99 a month, like a online one on like the phone and the iPad, which I might try first. They made Man United Leicester free a few years ago. Yes, yeah, I remember that game. It was after the World Cup, if I remember correct. But yeah, I do remember that game. Salah to make it 4 times in a row on the opening day. Liverpool are always on the opening day. I think they've been on the opening day the last couple of times. Are you doing Liverpool versus Leeds later? Probably not, because I go to bed around 10:30 because I have to be up at 5 on Sundays. So my girlfriend will come back from work during the game. So I'd like to spend as much time with her possible as possible with her. They should make the final day free. But I guess that the final day is their most prestigious day. So that's why it's behind closed doors. Is Ozil playing? Ozil is not in the squad as far as I'm aware, Oliver. I will have a check. No, Ozil's not on his side at all. Adoy. Feels like everyone doesn't like Ozil. Ozil never plays. It does seem that way. It does seem that way. Throw in to Fulham. It's sad to score 4 times in a row on the opening day. That's a good record, isn't it? Do you remember? You probably do. Do you remember when Liverpool played Arsenal at the Emirates one of the opening days? That was a hell of a game. I think it finished 4-2 or 4-3 to Liverpool. I like Ozil, but he never plays. No, for whatever reason, no managers seem to rate him. Wenger had problems with him. Emery throws him out totally. And now he's not playing much under Mikel Arteta. What do you think the score between Liverpool and Leeds will be? I think it will be a Liverpool win, but I think it'll be tight. I think I'm going 2-1 to Liverpool in that one. 2016, that was a hell of a really, really, really good game. That was just before Kelly moved in with me. That game, if it's in 2016. 4-3. Yeah, really, really good game. And do you remember just before, I think it was just after Van Dijk signed, they had a game as well that was really, really good. I think that finished a draw. Was it 3-3 or something like that? That was a really good game as well. Who do you think will win the Premier League this season? Granger or Granger? Granger. I think it will be Liverpool. It depends on the transfer. If City sign a few players, and they will, but I think it will be. I think it will be Liverpool again. 4-1 up, nearly bottled it that day. Such a good game. I think Mane scored a great goal. I think he cut in and put it in the top corner. Yeah, really, really, really good opening game. And there was also a good game between Leicester and Arsenal a few years ago as well, when it finished. That must have been 2017. It finished 4-3 to Arsenal. I think Olivier Giroud scored the winning goal on that one. That was a really good game as well. I think Man City will win and Chelsea will be close behind. Interesting. I just depend on City's signings. I can't imagine Liverpool will do a great deal of business before the end of play. Chelsea have made some brilliant signings, but I'm not sure Lampard will be able to get a title out of himself yet. I think Liverpool have a chance. Yeah, Liverpool should be around there. I hope Gomez isn't sloppy today. He's been sloppy recently. I really like Gomez. I really do like Gomez. But I hope he has a good season because I want him to play well for England. Hey, Porrich's house. Thank you for tuning in. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. William. Bellerin. Xhaka. Tierney. On the opening day last season, it was Liverpool versus Norwich, and Norwich looked extremely poor and went down. Fulham looked extremely poor on the opening day and went down in the opening game. I think they will go down, is what I mean. You understand what I mean. Do you think Ake will make a difference to Man City's defence? He won't make them worse. He's better than Bournemouth. It's just a case of where he can make a step up to that level. Free kick to Arsenal. Arsenal will get top 6 this year. They always have a good start and fall off towards Christmas and do better at the end. Williams ball in, headed away, but I think that was a doy. Xhaka's ball in, great ball. Flags, whistle's gone. Fulham free kick. They always... I think Arsenal will be in the top 6 for sure. They've signed good players. They're developing their players as well, which is really, really good. I just question of how good their squad is. I don't think it's top 4 material at the moment. If you've got a top 4 place out of that squad, then he's done very, very well. Just showing the Crystal Palace players going in. That game kicks off at 3 o'clock. We always do better right at the end when there are 4 games left. Yeah. But didn't you have top 4 like almost in the bag one year, and then you fell out at top 4? Aubameyang's in behind Lacazette. Great save by Rodak. Hector Bellerin, surely. Oh, it's off the line. And offside. Should have been 4-0. Hector Bellerin should have made it 4-0. Off the line from one of the Fulham players. We needed 1 point. Yeah, I thought so. Obviously, that's just one odd season. They need to bring in a defend. They need to bring in a new defence in it that can actually defend. Well, Gabriel, he's looked pretty solid. He's gone up against Kamara, and now he's going up against Mitrovic, and he had the better of Kamara, who's a very, very, very strong, very, very strong built well player. But I prefer Tottenham, but Arsenal are doing well. I'm not a big fan. I used to really like Tottenham. I really liked Tottenham. However, I'm a big, not massive non-fan of Mourinho. I don't think anyone really likes Mourinho, really. So I'm not a big fan of Mourinho. So I don't really care about Tottenham. Why are most Manchester games postponed? Because they were involved in Europe in August, so they needed a 5 or 6 week break. So that's why. So Fulham so bad at the back. That was a problem last year as well, wasn't it? Free kicks taken. Xhaka! And it's Xhaka again. Tries to find out wide. He does find Hector Bellerin out wide. Will he play it back? He will play it back to Xhaka. Xhaka. Back to Hector Bellerin. Back to Xhaka. That's nice. 1 point we needed to be fourth, and we had the same points in fourth place, but goal difference or something. That was when you finally lost in the lost out on the Champions League, wasn't it, under Wenger? I think. Xhaka. Mohamed El Nene. That was the first time in years we didn't go to the Champions League. Yeah, I thought so. You only used to get hammered by Bayern Munich anyway. But yeah, I thought so. Ooh. Xhaka is down. Holding his bottom of his leg. Like his ankle sort of area. See what happens. Hector Bellerin. Michael Hector comes in and just steps on his foot. I don't think there's enough in that for any sort of VAR, but it's, I don't think that's a problem. It's just London teams will have a heavy loss to Bayern. Yeah, they sure do. Arteta has really turned his team around. Yes, they have. He has. He's made a lot more enthusiasm into playing for Arsenal, and he knows what he's doing. He knows what he wants as well. It's worked out a really good signing, and I was hoping he'd do well. Before I joined at around 1, was there any VAR controversy by any chance? No, not really. There's not really been any sort of... VAR looked at the first goal for an offside, but that's about it. Champions League too strong for us. Yeah, but it would be good to... I feel like this season, maybe a push for that. Maybe try and do well in the Europa League, because you're in the Europa League because you're in the FA Cup, right? So that would be like good to do, and try and win that maybe, and get through the Champions League that way, and that would allow to get better players in and things like that. Before more screen usage, yes. There's not been any use of the screen today, but there might be later on. So there might be later on, but there hasn't been so far. Which team do you think will get in Champions League this season? I think it'll be the same four as last season. Chelsea, Manchester United, Man City and Liverpool. There's too much money in the game now. Arsenal don't really have the funds for it yet. They do have the funds for it. The owner is not interested in spending any money more than he needs to. Been live for 2 hours. Thanks so much for everyone who's tuned in. We haven't dropped a single frame, which is very, very good. Not dropping any frames is fantastic. Which means it should have been a very, very smooth stream for you all. Cross comes in, Mitrovic, and nobody there, and that's out for a goal kick. Why Mitrovic wasn't in the centre, why he was out on the right-hand flank, I have no idea, but still, stream has been fine, fantastic. Oh, really hungry. Sherburn High School. Hang on, let's tune in. How you doing? Can't wait to see Leeds play in the Premier League again. Yeah, it'd be really good to see Leeds in the Premier League again. Oh, great ball. Aubameyang's through. Oh, he's gone round him and headed off the line by Hector. Arsenal will win the FA Cup probably. Well, I think they want to progress, but would finishing higher and winning the FA Cup be progressing? Probably. Would finishing in like 8th place and winning the FA Cup be progressing? Probably not. Pepe is to put the ball in, headed on and behind for a goal kick to Fulham. We have about 12 minutes left plus stoppage time. Another sub here. This is Dani Ceballos coming on, returning for another loan spell at Arsenal from Real Madrid, and it's going to be Granit Xhaka, who did go down recently holding his leg, so it makes sense for him to go off. What do you think of Newcastle's attack? And Newcastle have signed Callum Wilson, of course, and have also signed Ryan Fraser, haven't they? So yeah, that's a good step up. You know, got Joe Linton, who's just not good enough, and you know he's someone that's just not. I don't think ever going to be good enough for that level. Certainly at the moment, he looked very, very poor. So needed to strengthen. They bought his Callum Wilson, who a couple of seasons ago had a really, really, really good season. So I feel like he could be a good signing. Leeds will be good this year. I'm expecting them to finish in mid-table. I'm not expecting them to be in the relegation zone or like a relegation battle. Brian stood over this free kick for Fulham. Just waiting for him to put it in. The whistle's gone, so he should be putting it in any second now. And it comes. Headed away by Tierney. Here is Anguissa. Harrison Reed. Leeds will be good this year. I think they'll be at least 8th or 10th or lower. Yeah, I mean, any of those finishes would be good. Like between like 12th and 8th would be absolutely fantastic for Leeds. I'm not sure they'll finish as high as 8th, because you have the top 6, and then you have Leicester, you have Wolves, and you have Everton in particular, who've strengthened really well, so I think it'll be really hard to break in, but 10th would be absolutely brilliant. Today will be either 2018-19 4-0 win for Liverpool, or 2019 season would be like a 4-3. I think it would just be a tight game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Leeds took the lead in the game. I really wouldn't. I think it will be a draw. It's be a great point for Leeds if they were to get a point, because Leeds will probably take some points off the top 6. Like I said about Wolves when they first come up, they take some points off the top 6. They beat Manchester United. They drew at Old Trafford. They drew with Manchester City. They also picked up points against Tottenham as well. They won at Wembley. So I'm expecting something similar. Probably not as good as Wolves were in their opening season, but yeah, I'm expecting good things from them. Draw would probably happen. Interesting. 3-1 Liverpool. Salah and Firmino with 2 goals. Rodrigo scoring for Leeds. Either way, I'm really looking forward to the game. We've got 9 minutes to go. Despite those 2 quick fire goals in the second half, it slowed down a little bit for Arsenal. They've sort of taken the foot off the gas. But yeah, it does. I think it will be a Liverpool win, but a tight one. I feel like Leeds are going to be on the TV quite a lot. One of my friends supports Leeds. 2-2 draw with Leeds and Arsenal. Last 4 years, we have scored 3 or more on the opening day. Well, that's a good way to start the season, scoring several goals. Who do you think will be the biggest underdog this season? I mean, I expect Leeds to do well, but the thing is, if everyone's predicting Leeds to do well, then is it really a obvious one? I fancy Southampton to have quite a good season. So yeah, Southampton. But the teams, I feel like it's now like the top 6, and now there's like 3 teams as well that are pretty good in Wolves, Leicester and Everton, and then you have everyone else. Those 3 will be battling for one place, really. If the top 6 is the traditional top 6, then there'll be one place available for European football. Which is why those teams, Everton's and Wolves, should be looking at the FA Cup and the League Cup in particular to be able to get into Europe and to attract better players. I mean, Everton and Wolves aren't really struggling to attract players, but Jack, thanks so much for subscribing. You don't have to read that long name again. Here is Lacazette to Hector Bellerin. Everton have done well in the transfer window. They needed to sort out their midfield, and that's exactly what they've done. And it makes sense. Here is Pepe. Lacazette back to Pepe. Finds Ceballos. Ceballos through the nutmeg, through the legs of Anguissa. Bellerin, great build up. It is away now. Ceballos puts the ball in, and Cavallero gets it away. It actually worked twice rather than the old bot and only working once. Yeah, it's obviously a new one. Pepe and Aubameyang should have scored there. Great ball in, really well worked. Cut it back, and Aubameyang just couldn't put it into the back of the net to make it 4-0. But yeah, really pleasing performance for Mikel Arteta so far, and it looks like they're going to win comfortably at Fulham. I'm expecting Fulham to struggle. I think Fulham might go down, but Arsenal, they'll take a lot of confidence from this victory, and will be looking ahead to their next round of fixtures. Brian. Holding gets the final touch, and that will be a corner to Fulham. So a corner to Fulham. Fulham could get a consolation here. Do you play FIFA? If so, what do you want from the game this year? I don't really play it now. Might get it this year. Brian's ball in, headed away. But yeah, I don't play it as a rule. I have 19, and I was going to buy 20 because it was on sale for £2.58 or something on PC. Looks like Joe Willock is just coming on. That's charging my phone. That's okay. But yeah, I don't really play it as a rule. Are you streaming tomorrow? Should make sense to do a stream tomorrow. Maybe Tottenham versus Everton, but I'm not sure what time Kelly's at work. Sorry, I was saying Ketia, not Willock. I got confused. Who had a very successful under-21s couple of games, including a hat-trick against Kosovo. Just said, yeah. I mean, I quite like FIFA, but it's so expensive. So our anniversary next month, so I need to think of a present. Yeah, 4 minutes to go. Really good build-up play, but just hit too far for Mitrovic there from Fulham. My thing's froze. Oh, there we are. So I'm only streaming in like 2,000 things, so I'm not sure if. Yeah, it's really low. I need to change that. I don't know why it's. I don't know why it's like that, but I will change that. Maybe it's because there's been an update or something. I'm not sure. Nobody really knows what I'm talking about, so I don't know why I'm continue talking about. Pepe. Ceballos. I'm not sure what to have for lunch. Should I make something or should I just have cereal? I think I'd like to make something, but I'm not sure I can be bothered. I have some like bacon that I could maybe cook, so I think that's like on its way out. So I probably could use that. What do you think of the England team? I didn't watch Denmark really. What I saw, I wasn't impressed with. Iceland, I saw a lot of. Wasn't great viewing over the window over the break, was it? Over the international break, it wasn't great to watch. I don't know why we've changed from the 4-3-3 to another 3 at the back. I'm not sure what our thinking is there. I don't like it. But I believe in Southgate. I believe Southgate knows what he's doing. So, yeah, I just hope we change back to 4-3-3 by the time we reach the Euros. Southgate. I don't think there's any need for him to go anywhere. It wouldn't make a lot of sense for him to go anywhere because he's earned another a chance at Dakova Reed rather has a shot from way out. FA are only interested in yes men. Oh my god, my phone's 2 notifications. No, I'm having problems with the car. Yeah. But he's done well. He deserves his chance. Southgate's been our best manager for a while and he knows what he's doing. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything at all. I think changing it would be ridiculous. No need to change it whatsoever. Let's leave it as it is and see how we get on at the Euros. If we fell in Euros or out in the group stage, then maybe we need to have a look at it. That's a good win. What do you think of the new Spurs documentary? I haven't watched any of it. I want to watch it, but I haven't watched any of it yet. I have Prime, so I can watch it. So just giving man of the match, and Martin Keown has given man of the match to his fellow defender Gabriel, who has just joined from who's a new signing from Arsenal. Everett would have no chance of becoming a manager as he's nowhere near a yes man. The thing is, even if we sack Southgate, right, which would be incredibly stupid and harsh and unnecessary, who do we replace him with? It's not like we've got England managers coming out of our ear holes, unless we went abroad, of course, which has happened with the England's women's team, who has got the Netherlands manager. You know, who do we go with? We've seen Ireland have Giovanni Trapattoni. Obviously, he's a foreign manager a few years back, and he really did well with them. So that maybe a foreign manager would be something to consider. If Pep or Klopp were unemployed, they'd have no chance. I think Pep would be a bad choice, even though he's such a good manager, because he'd need more time. He wouldn't be able. Could you imagine him trying to get a tune out of Troy Deeney? Do you know what I mean? Like, it just wouldn't be. He wouldn't be a good fit. So yeah, we don't have managers to really choose from. So who's under 21's manager? Is it Simpson, who got sacked by Shrewsbury? No, we're still going on. We've got another 30 seconds, but it soon will be over. 3-0. Really, really good win to Arsenal. Great way to start off the season. Southgate has done well, in my opinion. He did well at the World Cup for what he had. Yeah, exactly. It's fine. Expectation 2018, I like Everton with high expectations, but disappointed every time. Except 2018. Yeah, but we're crap. And what we need to remember is we're doing okay under Southgate. We've got young players coming in. Full time! And it's finished. Arsenal, Fulham 0, Arsenal 3. 3 goals from different players. The first one was Alexandre Lacazette hitting in from close range after 8 minutes. Second half started with 2 quick-fire goals in under 15 minutes. The first coming from Gabriel on the 49th minute mark. Great ball in from Willian and headed in by Gabriel from a corner. Next one was a brilliant goal from Aubameyang. Received the ball from Willian, who was making his second assist of the game, and Aubameyang curling it into the top corner. Really, really nice goal from Aubameyang. They tried to change it up. Fulham, they brought on Mitrovic, they brought on Anguissa, and they brought on Bobby Reid, and none of them really made any difference. Late changes, Pepe, Ceballos, and Nketiah all came on for Arsenal. Very, very nice win for Arsenal, and Arsenal go to the top of the league. Obviously, if they'd have won 1-0 and they've gone to the top of the league. But, it's nice to be there, and they'll probably be in the top 4 by the end, because I doubt many teams score more than 3 goals and also keep a clean sheet. Very, very, very nice indeed. Thanks so much for everyone who tuned in. I really do appreciate it. If you did, drop a like and subscribe. Of course, if you are new, I'll be doing more watch-alongs throughout the season. Granger, thanks so much for tuning in. Jack, thank you so much for tuning in. Callum, thanks so much for tuning in. Good luck this evening against Leeds. Jack, good luck against Forest Green and for the rest of the season. Python, thanks so much for tuning in as well. We had Nick in earlier. He was really, really chatty. Jeff, thanks so much for tuning in as well. And everyone else who tuned in. I don't think I missed anyone. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. I really, really do appreciate it. My name is Mike, and I will see you soon.